it. All right, team, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll just go ahead and start leading us off. We're going to go ahead and say a few affirmations. We're going to say 5 of them together. You guys know how I like to host the trainings. I want cameras on. So cameras on, cameras on. Otherwise, it's like talking to a wall. Talking to a wall. I don't know if you guys have tried it before. I've done it a few times in my life after a late night of drinking, and it's not the fun. It's kind of random. So please turn the cameras on. Let's get them all on. It doesn't matter if you're getting your extensions put in. It doesn't matter if you're at the gym. If you're driving, it does matter. Put the phone down, turn the camera on, but don't look at it. Don't touch it. Be safe. Cameras on, ladies and gentlemen. Cameras on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're going to start off with some affirmations. I want everyone to open the mic. We're going to do it together. It doesn't matter if you're in the office. It doesn't matter if you're in front of your kids. It doesn't matter if you're in front of your esthetician. She's popping the pimples. It's okay. Because if we can't do it in front of other people, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really, really hard. It's going to be really, really hard to get hit with an objection. If we can't say some positive things about ourselves in front of other people, it's going to be really, really hard to believe in other people and say positive things about them. We got to love ourselves first. So that's what we're here to do today. Unmute the mics, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I want you guys to say really, really loud, a lot of energy. I want you guys to say with a lot of genuine, real super genuine. Here we go. You guys, I am happy.
I am happy.
Whoa, whoa. Some of you guys sound a little triste when you say that. I said, I am happy.
I am happy.
I am healthy.
I am healthy.
I am blessed.
I am blessed.
I am strong.
I am strong.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I'm a top producer.
I'm a top producer.
I'm a producer.
I'm a top producer.
No, you guys, round of applause for yourselves. Round of applause. Let's get it up. Let's get the energy up. Let's get the energy up. You guys already know energy is infectious. Energy is infectious. Sales is all about transferring energy. If you walk into an open house, how many of us have walked into an open house before? You walked inside and you're like, there's an agent sitting on the couch like, yeah, just go ahead, check yourself in. It's all right. No music. It's just so quiet. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're too cómodo for me right now. And it's like, a little awkward, right? Or you walk into my open house and you see some guy like with too much cologne on, hair greased back, with too much grease, hopping around like, what's up, guys? Welcome to the open house. Look at this right here. So excited. You're like, man, what is this guy on today? And you guys are probably wondering that right now. It's just how I am all the time, especially recently because I've been changing my diet. It feels amazing by it. We'll talk about that later. So welcome to today's call, everyone. I'm one of the coaches here at the Winner's Circle Wednesday. It's such a pleasure to be with all of you here. Today's really cool because I get the privilege to be alongside some of the other coaches and team leaders and previous broker owners here at the Winner's Circle. And we're going to be sharing a panel, just basically sharing what's working for us as individual agents, what's working for us as team leaders. And you guys get to hear from like 5-6 different coaches today. So why don't we start off with one of the first questions and we'll just round robin it. And then Monica, and Maria and Marcio and everyone else that's on here, Diego, you guys can all just kind of hop in and start adding some of the things. The number one question that Chair asked us to answer was, what's working for us in this market right now? So we all know market shifted months ago. Rates went up, inventory went down, buyer confidence went down. Everyone's really skeptical. There's still a lot of people out there that think the market's going to crash next year and prices are going to go down next year. Even in San Diego, just yesterday, I had a conversation with a daughter to a father who owns a home, and he doesn't want to sell right now because he believes prices are going to go down next year. And I had to have a really long conversation on the phone with both of them about how if the market does go down, then your equity goes down. But if it doesn't happen, it continues to blah, blah, blah. The whole thing happened and we had that conversation. So let's talk about what we shifted, what we did. I guess I'll go ahead and start it off first about what we shifted and what we've done over the last 6 months in order to make this market to shift. The first thing that I did in this position that I'm in is I trimmed off all the fat in the business. So I cut off all unnecessary expenses, and I want you guys to do the same thing. Cut off all unnecessary expenses, personal and business. I want you guys to cut off all expenses, personal and business. It's one of the things that I did. And the easiest way to do that, if you don't know where to start, I'll tell you what I did and then what you can do afterwards. But I printed out the last 90 days of every bank statement for every account that we have. And then I highlighted everything that I didn't recognize. I highlighted everything that was recurring, anything that was questionable. And then we just started calling all the merchants and having things canceled, cut off. And we had so many different expenses in the business that were unnecessary, things that we were paying for that we never even used. And when you're in a good market and you have 15, 20 deals closing in a month, like we were doing at the height of it, it gets really easy to look over those $20 expenses every single month, those $50 expenses every single month when you're doing those kind of numbers. So I want you guys to trim all the fat off the business. What are you, personal expenses and business expenses? For us, we have 2 credit cards for our business and 2 credit cards for our personal. And if it's too difficult to do that, then just call every credit card and bank that you have and just say you lost your credit card, and they'll stop every card, every transaction. And then once you start receiving the emails and the calls from your merchants, like, hey, payment didn't process, then you can kind of pick and choose on which ones you want to move forward with. But that was the number one thing that we did when everything happened. We shifted. We went to trimming the fat. The second thing that we did was we tightened up our systems and processes, and we tightened up all the systems and processes. Thank God we had about 90% of them already completed and documented. But we need to be able to recreate what we're doing every time. The best analogy I can give you guys is like a Starbucks. You know, you go into Starbucks, they're not trying to figure out how to make a caramel macchiato every time you walk in there. They already know what ingredients go in what order. So my question for all of you is, when you're posting on social media, you're creating an advertisement, do you know the order in which it happens? Do you already have everything that needs to take place? We have all that documented. So luckily I can bring any agent into my group and just say, follow these steps and you're going to get these results. So we tighten that up. Now let's talk about more production focus. Like, what are we doing right now? The number one thing that's working right now, the big thing, is literally talking to people face to face. That's the number one thing that's helping us the most. That's open houses and door knocking. One of the newer agents on the team, Juan, I don't know if he's on the call right now. He's been with us for 5 months right now. He just picked up 2 listings this week. He closed his first listing 2 months ago. He's already closed a few transactions. He's working with a couple of multi-million-dollar buyers, all through door knocking, open houses, and social media. That's it. That's the only thing he's doing. Nothing else. And he came into this market brand new. So he doesn't know an easy market. This is the only market he knows. He's like, man, Gabe, everyone's talking about a hard market, but I don't know what they're talking about because this is the only market that I know. So I think that was a big shout out to him and a testament that right now, Stephanie, we have an agent out in the Inland Empire, Riverside, I think it is, Rancho Cucamonga. And same thing. Every time she goes door knocking, she's picking up a listing lead, someone who's been crammed in their house for the last couple of years. They think about this. A lot of people who are living in their home right now that bought in 2020, 19, refinanced during the refinance boom, a lot of these people feel trapped in their home. They don't want to be there, but they feel trapped because they feel they can't sell their home because of the interest rate. So if you have someone who's not walking at the door, knocking on it, these people are contemplating moving. They just don't know the information. No one's giving it to them hand over fist and just saying, this is how simple it is. You could do a rate buy down. You can do that. So those are the conversations that we're having. And we could talk about the scripts a little later, but door knocking, open houses. And then lastly, social media. We're getting really like over indexing on education and testimonials. Showing your face, being the personal brand. Like, one thing that I'm pushing my agents to do right now is showing their face more on camera, like just having to be out there loud, but adding things of value. Remember, people are on social media for 2 reasons. They want to connect with old friends and they want to be entertained and educated. So if you can educate people in an entertaining fashion, you're going to win people over every single time. And if you can do it consistently over time, you'll have people messaging you. So those are the 3 top changes that we made early in the beginning. And of course, we'll open it up for Q&A afterwards, but I don't know which coach wants to jump in next. Go ahead.
I can go next. So one of the things that, just a second. We didn't want to get any feedback on here, but no. So one of the biggest things that we decided to do is like, you focus on what you can control. And the number one thing that you can control on is protecting your mindset. So that's one thing that we focus really much on, is that mindset, because we don't watch the news. We don't watch social media. We're really protecting the way of the information we're receiving. And we know that the words we use creates the world you want or to create. So we focus on what we can control. We do our phone calls every day in the morning. We have a set time for our agents to all lead generate together. And we have a certain goal that we have for the month based on the individual goals that our agents want. So we got very, very clear with our goals and our values as a team. With that as well, we're doing a lot of open houses. We decided that we were going to go left when everyone is looking right. So there was a period of time where a lot of folks were just focusing on buyers. We decided as a team, we shifted to focus on the listing side. So now, right now, I think we have 11 pendings, 9 listings right now, and we have several more that are coming through. And that's a big piece or big part, is because what you focus on really does expand. When we go to our sellers, we're giving them all the options. We provide a cash offer, and also if they want to list it. We have a list of vendors and contractors ready to go if they choose to decide to list and they still need some work. So literally, we're going at it for a one-stop shop so that when they go to Team Ella, we have everything covered for them, and really focusing on the experience, the quality versus quantity, and easily the quantity is just going up. But that's just one of the biggest things that we have done for the listing side, is just protect your mindset, control what you can control, which is just yourself. If it used to take you 20 calls before, you might need 40 calls instead. But we don't stop until the job is done. So honestly, the biggest thing is just work.
Someone else want to jump in? Monica, Maria, Diego?
I'll go.
I'll go.
Who's next?
You're good, Natalie. Go ahead. It's all you. Take over.
So for me, I think whether it was the last market that we were in or this market, I've been doing the same thing that I was doing, when I started. It took me years to build my circle, to build a circle where I get referrals constantly. All my business is referral based, literally. This is when it comes to agent to agent referrals. Sellers come from referrals, people that I work with in the past that refer, people they know that want to sell. So anything that comes my way really is a referral that's been being given to me because of someone that I've worked with in the past. I touch base with my clients all the time. The holidays are coming, like I've said before, you guys have heard me. I'm big on touching base with my clients during this time. We host events during this time to touch base with people, not just the people that we work with in the past, but new people, putting our face out there. So really, it's just putting my face out there is what has helped me and my business, and people getting to know me in every single way, being involved with the community, even just like personal events, even when I don't feel like going to parties, guys, it's work. Weekends, you know what I mean? Like the other day I was sitting comfy, cozy in my house and we had a party to go to. I didn't feel like going, but my husband's like, hey, people are asking for you, So I got ready really quick, got out there, met people. I met someone that wants to join the team. So, I mean, just putting yourself out there is what's really going to help you. Just keep making business. This market, people are saying it's hard. I'm literally like 5 escrows away from my normal production. I mean, it hasn't been hard. It's a little different, but my focus has been a little different. I used to be really big on open houses, and that was just when I was taking care of my own production, but now I'm giving my open houses to my agents. So things have shifted a little bit, and that's where I've seen the difference. But now it's not just me. I'm taking care of other people, so that's where I'm at in my business. So just get out there, guys. Get out there and make it happen.
So Natalie, really quickly for the people who haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet, can you just give us a quick introduction? Who's Natalie? Where market out of? How long you been in the business?
Yes, I'm located in Imperial Valley. I'm down here by the border in Mexicali, the El Centro area, and I have my team here. It's 4 girls, and I own the Castro Realty Group. So we're big.
For those who don't know where El Centro is, that's like South California, Southern California, more southeast, I guess you'd say, right?
Yeah, 2 hours east of San Diego.
Yeah, on the map. There you go.
Yeah.
So Natalie, kind of what I heard you say is you've invested a lot of time in building your brand, your personal brand over the years. That's carrying you to this market, and you're still doing the basics that worked before, which is being involved in the community, being in front of more people, staying in touch with friends, family, past clients. So you're constantly just staying top of mind. But relationships, it sounds like, is the key.
Yes, that's what's worked for
Mm.
me. And it worked in the past, it works now. And again, I think it's going to keep working in any market.
Told you guys, this is a relationship based business. You got to be in front of more people. One of the biggest issues that I've had with most coaches in real estate growing up, and even till now, is they try to get you to automate everything. Automate. You can't automate a relationship. You can't automate a handwritten thank you. You can't automate a pop by and you stopping by their home. You can't automate a text message on their birthday and say, hey, it's such and such. And then you go into a deep conversation with them on text message once a year on their anniversary or their son's birthday. And like Natalie's saying, you can't automate going out at community events and showing your face. Those things you cannot automate. I'm opposed to automation. Most automation, all the heavy lifting I like to do. I'm the guy writing the thank you card. I'm the guy picking up the phone, making the call. I'm the guy knocking on the door. I'm the guy at the community event. So I'm right there with you, Natalie. And there's no surprise why you're 5 deals away and we still have 2.5 months left for your normal goal. So congrats on that. Super proud. Awesome work with it. Yeah.
I want to show you guys something that I do here and there. These little door hangers, if I go around my neighborhood, what they say is, I'm not just a real estate agent, I'm also your neighbor. I put my business card, I go on a walk, I take my dog, my kids, and if I don't see them out there, I put it on their door. But if they're out there watering their grass, I have a conversation with them about the market or buying or selling or anyone wanting to buy or sell. These you get on Etsy, and it just literally puts your information out there.
How much did you spend on that? And how many did you do?
I got like 200 and I probably spent like $70, I want to say. So
you guys, $70, you guys. That's a quick little night out at Chili's. So
yeah, exactly. And I've gotten a few deals out of this over the years.
Oh man. All right, who wants to hop in next?
Hey Gabe, I'll go next.
All right, Miss Monica. For those who don't know, you can please introduce yourself, market you're in, team and all that. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Monica Singer. I'm the owner of the Singer Realty Group. We're based out in San Marino, which is by Pasadena. We cover LA County. We cover the Inland Empire, OC. We're up in Fresno now. We're, expanding because luckily we have amazing partners. So we're able to do that and expand in this business and being obviously with the Winner Circle. So it's been amazing. So kind of same thing that Natalie was saying. Business hasn't been different for me. I haven't felt any of the effects other than the only thing that I have noticed is the amount of actual leads coming in are less. However, the quality is much better. So it's a little bit less time for me being on the phones because the people that are actually interested in buying or selling their home, they have a reason to buy or sell. I've noticed also there's a lot of investors, a lot of wealthy people that are interested in this market. So that's been kind of nice because I've had investors reach out to me saying, hey, I want to list 10 properties between now and the end of the year. I think you're a great partner. So I've noticed it's a lot of investors that are reaching out to us, but also I'm trying to empower my team a lot more. So I'm trying to lead a lot better. And what I've noticed is that everybody's different. We can't all tell our agents, to follow our blueprint because that might not work for them. That works for us. That works for me, right? Because for whatever reason, whatever I do works for me. What I've noticed with my team is that I like to empower them in whatever they are strong in. So I tell them, hey, do more of what you love. Do more of what is getting you guys business and what's working for you guys. So for example, I had one of my agents now, she was actually my marketing director for 6+ months. And she wasn't the best as a marketing director, but I found some amazing qualities in her that I knew she was going to kill it as an agent. She was licensed, but she was scared to let go of that income that she was making on a weekly basis. But I knew she was going to kill it if I just, let her go from that position and had her continue her business as a full-time agent. So I told her, I said, hey, you know what? And you guys probably know her. This is Vanessa Natividad. I don't think she's on here today, but she worked a little bit different. So number one, she's not a morning person. We know that. She doesn't show up to the morning trainings. But she is in the office. She is on live for 4 hours straight from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. from whatever time she has to, because she actually enjoys it and because she gets business from it. So instead of me picking on her and saying, hey, Vanessa, why aren't you on the Zoom call at, 9 a.m. in the morning training with the team? I know that she's out in the evening talking to her audience. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting a call. Talking to her audience and getting appointments. So I looked back. She started as a full-time agent back in March, April, and she's closed 7 properties ever since. She gets deals left and she gets appointments left and right. She's set up for next year. Oh my gosh, she's set up so good. She gets a lot of clients that need credit repair or things like that. But as a brand new agent to come in and close 7 deals in a few months, that's really good. That means that you're going to kill it next year, right? So I empower her to do what works for her, and TikTok works for her. TikTok doesn't work for me. I haven't sold not one house from TikTok. Another thing is marketing. I've always marketed, but I hired a VA this summer, and I'm having her kind of take over certain things that I don't like to do, such as newsletters, such as emails, such as posts for Instagram, like branding posts, like the sold, when your team sells something or whatever. She's doing all of the little stuff that takes up time. I had, and I sent out my newsletters to anybody that I have emails for. So whenever I've had events and people have signed up, I send them newsletters. I send them, open houses, whatever it is, because she's creating it for me. I actually received a phone call maybe like a month ago, and it was from my title rep, and she's like, hey, Monica, I have this lender. She really wants to talk to you. And I get confronted from lenders left and right. Every day a lender wants to meet with me. But because my title rep does a lot for me and my team, I just felt obligated to go with her to this appointment. She's like, she wants to take you to lunch. And it just so happened to be at one of my favorite restaurants in Pasadena. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll go with her. So we went, and when we met, she's like, hey, she said, I only deal with clients 3 million and above. She's like, would you be willing? She's in Beverly Hills. She's like, but would you be willing to work with clients under 3 million? And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, of course. She said, I am so impressed. I went to one of your events over a year ago, and ever since I have been receiving your emails. She's like, I didn't go because it was your event. I actually went because I was invited by somebody else, but you happened to start sending me emails. So she said, I get one every month, if not more, and I keep seeing your face. And I'm like, she said, I'm like, wow, this beautiful girl is always showcasing herself, and I keep seeing her. Who is she? She's like, I hadn't started following you. So finally, one of your emails, this is a year later, she's like, one of your emails, finally, I clicked on the link to go to your Instagram. And I said, wow, I'm really impressed by her Instagram. I noticed that our title rep was following you. So I called her and I said, who is this Monica? I want to learn more because her marketing is amazing. And I just keep seeing her everywhere. Long story short, she already gave me a $1.3 million deal. I have another one at about 900, and we have another one that's getting pre-approved. She works for a bank. She works for US Bank. So that's an amazing partner to have. And obviously she wants business in return, but if she's giving me $1 million deals, hey, take my business, So that I noticed is working. So I feel like I need to do more of that, more emails, more marketing, and sending it to everybody. It doesn't have to just be to buyers or to agents because you want to recruit. My newsletters are fun. This last newsletter in October, we included, we put in there, hey, what haunted houses or what pumpkin patches are in the area. We did one in Redlands, which I'm in like Pasadena. Redlands is about an hour from me. And then I also did one in the one in Calabasas, which is another hour the opposite way from me. So I'm covering this huge area and telling people, hey, you guys should go to this pumpkin patch. I'm leaving the links in there for them to look at it. I'm also putting a property that I just listed and a property that I just sold, but it's fun. It's a mixture of everything. So they get to see a little bit about what Monica is about. And if I got her attention, I know I'm getting other people's attention. I had another commercial lender reach out to me and she asked, she goes, Monica, who's doing your newsletters? They're amazing. So I just told her, I said, hey, my assistant, it's my VA, but she's out in the Philippines. I hired her. But I no longer have to focus on that. I do tell her like, hey, I wanted to add these specific pumpkin patches, but for the most part, she has everything, everything already done out for me, all of my marketing, everything is there. So I know that that's working and that's not taking up more of my time. If anything, I'm leveraging. So just from me paying my VA, I've been able to get these extra deals from that lender. So it's kind of a little bit of everything. Keep going, keep doing what I'm doing because I have been consistent on social media. I feel like that's allowing me to capture more leads. So because she clicked on the link, she then saw my social media and then she then saw like, oh, she was impressed with social media as well. Sometimes we think we can create one video and it'll go viral, but what happens is people might look at your video, but then they click on your page and your page isn't interesting, or you haven't posted in a year and you just think that that one post is going to get you clients. So what you guys have to do if you haven't started your social media is you have to be consistent and start posting every single day, because I think ultimately, whether it's a referral, a friend, a client from social media, I think ultimately the number one thing that they are looking at is my social media. Once I get the lead in, they're like, oh, well, let me check out her social media. And then they're like, oh yeah, you know what? She can sell homes. She has a whole bunch of posts about selling homes. So post consistently, and then in 6 months you might get a viral video, and then guess what, they're going to look at your page and they're going to click the follow button. They're not going to click the follow button if your page doesn't look interesting. If you only have 5 posts on there, they're not going to follow you guys. So it's going to take about 6 months of really, really, really hard work, but then you're going to get referrals left and right, left and right. Yes, you do have to pivot with the market. Open houses, my agents have been doing amazing. We've been getting a ton of deals with open houses. I have a listing in Bakersfield. I gave it to Diego's team, who, we're partners, and we were actually able to basically double end. They got somebody to walk into the open house. I'm the buyer's agent. I'm the seller's agent. They're representing the buyer's agent. Open houses is working. I had another agent this week do an open house. She got a buyer that came in looking, and they're pre-approved at 900,000. So open houses, marketing, social media, just keep doing it. Stay consistent. Leverage as much time as you can, if you can. But if you're not doing anything else, I know you guys can be sending out emails and you guys can be posting if you guys can't do any of the other stuff. So consistency is definitely key though.
Man, so many golden nuggets right there from Monica. Thank you so much. Let's give her a round of applause. That was amazing. Monica, I took some notes down, and some of the key things I took away from you were from a leadership perspective. So a lot of you who are on the call who run teams, from a leadership perspective, she stopped creating cookie cutter solutions and she started focusing on the strengths of her agents. So she said, I found the strength and I'm encouraging them to go down that route. So I think it's a high level of leadership. I took that away from you. Another thing that you said was you hired help. You outsourced the busy work and you're focusing on the productive work. So you went and got a VA to do the busy work, which is helping you do the productive work, the marketing and all of it. And another major thing I took away from you was branding and marketing. A lot of people in a market like this shy away from investing money and time into marketing. But if you guys heard what Monica said, she's like, no, I'm all out. Like, I'm all over social media. I'm all over your emails. I'm all over your open houses. Like, you're going to see SRG everywhere.
Yes.
And by the way, the branding of SRG is so clever. It looks so clean. The white pops so nicely. It looks really good on IG. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out.
Thank you.
It's really good. And, for a lot of people who are out there, you guys are probably thinking, well, I don't have a lot of money to go out investing in marketing. You don't need a lot of it. You don't need a lot of resources. Just go be resourceful. If you don't have money, then go use your time. Then go, you send the emails out. Then you go knock on the doors. You go post on social media. You make the edits. But once you start to make that return on investment in your business, like Monica, I'm guessing you make money on real estate. You take a portion of your money that you make in real estate. You reinvest it back into your business by paying your virtual assistants. Is that, I'm guessing that's kind of how it works?
100%. Yes.
So
Yeah.
she's reinvesting back into her business. A lot of us just take 100% of what we earn and put it in our pocket, take a portion of that, put it back into the business. And VAs are what? Anywhere from like 5, 10, 12 bucks an hour in the Philippines or something like that?
Yeah, we're doing, we're with this agent, we're doing $500 every 2 weeks, but she's doing a lot more. She's following up with all of my clients. She's working 8-hour days. So, yeah, she's doing like all of my DocuSigns, like anything and everything that we can possibly delegate, that she doesn't have to be in person with somebody, she's doing it. So she's setting up, she's following up on every single $6.25 an hour.
It's $6.25 an hour, ladies and gentlemen. She's picking up extra listings. She's gotten extra referrals, $2 million, $1 million referrals off of $6 an hour. So I don't want to hear anyone on this call talk about, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, enough energy. It's just you don't have the right strategy, which is why we're on today's call. Monica's paying $6.25 for her VA. That's helping her get more listings, more buyers, more partnerships. $6 is translating into multi-million-dollar commission checks or multi-million-dollar volumes, which is tens of thousands of dollars in commission checks. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And I was gonna add to so I know a lot of you are like, well, I don't know what to post, especially if you're a brand new agent. What I will say, and I feel like I know Gabe was the same way. When we first started the business, we did the door knocking and we did the cold calling and we did the open houses and we created content around that. And I feel like that's what really, really got us to kind of outshine everybody else in the moment, because they weren't posting the things that they were doing. So if you guys are actually working on your business, you can still make it fun. You can still record, and people like to see you in the trenches. People like to see that you're door knocking. People like to see that you're cold calling. People like to see that you're hosting open houses. Stephanie, she likes to, when on my team, when she does open houses, she likes to do the that video, the time lapse video, and it captures everybody that comes into her open house, and it's really cool. I love watching it. And that means that she's also creating content while she's hosting her open houses, and ultimately that's what's gotten us to where we're at, where we can leverage our social media when we go on vacation and we're not door knocking and we're not cold calling. Guess what? We're repurposing all of these videos that we recorded a long time ago. We're posting them in our stories to still generate business for us while we're taking time off. That's the beauty of social media, is that when you cannot physically go out there and do the door knocking, do the cold calling, do the open houses, you still want business to come in and work for you. So you can use your social media to do that. It just so happens every time I'm on vacation, I'm getting a ton of business. So I like going on vacation, so.
Oh, more vacation, Monica, more vacation goes more good for you. I have a VA too, you guys, just like Monica said, and we pay our VA $7 an hour. They work part-time for me 4 hours a day. It's the person who's replying to you on Instagram, the person who's commenting. It's the person who's sending out my newsletters. They're doing all the busy work. And I want you guys to focus on being productive, like Monica's talking about. Don't do busy work, do productive work. It's the high level contact sport. So one more time, round of applause for Monica. You guys, Monica, thanks for sharing all that gold. So much gold. All right, Diego, Maria, do you guys want to hop in and share kind of, they're out in the Bakersfield market, and we told you guys, we're only bringing the best of the best on this call today, all the Winner Circles coaches. So they started a chapter out there with us. Diego, Maria, you guys want to take it away, hop in, it's all you. What are you guys doing in the shift?
Well, my name is Diego. I'm team leader of the clusters team in Bakersfield, California. I've been doing real estate for 6 years, and I'm from Peru. So I'm really happy to be with you guys here today. We moved to XP, to the Winner Circle, about 3 months ago. So there's a lot of things happening, but I mean, we're happy. Well, just let me tell you, just like Gabe said, we start cutting unnecessary expenses in the team and putting that money into things that we're working, right? Well, I will tell you more about what we're doing with that money right now. But I would say the main thing is to have a good work ethic. Myself and my team, we work every single day, Monday to Friday. We're in the office or working from the house. We all the time, like cold calling, prospecting, and on the weekends we do open houses. So one thing that's been helping us a lot is been doing open houses. We're doing open houses every single week. As Monica mentioned, we get a buyer for one of her listings. We get one of the team members right now. She get 3 buyers from open houses. So I think if you do something constant all the time, you're gonna be getting the rewards. So let me tell you another thing that we're doing. We start doing accountability and role plays. They're huge. I can see that everybody's taking a piece from that. Another thing that we're doing is Google local services. So I don't know if you guys heard about it. Basically, what they do is just start posting locally on Google, and it's not expensive. I spend the minimum you can spend is about $60 a week, and you can get 3 calls, 2 to 3 calls. So the last listings I've been getting are from there. So you guys are not doing that. I would tell you just say Google local services ad and find out how you can do it. It's really easy. It takes about probably 3 to 5 days to get approved, and then you start getting the phone calls. So another thing that I was hardcore cold calling when I previously started doing real estate, but now I try to focus on why my agents are the best, so I can help them just to reach the next level. And the last thing is that we just hired a team assistant that is helping us with social media, which is amazing. As I said right before, we were just cold calling, open houses, door knocking, but we haven't really hit social media, so it's growing.
Thank you, Diego. So a lot of the traditional stuff you guys are doing, contact sport. If you guys haven't heard, Diego kind of put the stamp on it for us. It's a contact sport. You can't get away from the basics. You have to be in front of more people. If you're not seeing the numbers that you want to see, it can only be one of so many things that's not happening. Either 1, you're not talking to enough people. 2, you're talking to enough people, you're not having the right conversation. 3, you're talking to enough people, you're having the right conversation, but you're having a problem closing. So we can identify these issues. And this is why it's important to be around people like Maria, Diego, who are performing at a high level that can sit down with you and say, all right, what's happening in your business? How do we make these adjustments? And Diego's crushed it, man. Thanks for that. Appreciate you, man. You guys just give a round of applause for Diego. Maria, are you on the call? I don't see you anywhere, but if you're here, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I'm here. Hi guys. So like Gabe said, I'm Maria. I'm also from Peru, and I work in Bakersfield, and I also do the market. I do the Lancaster Palmdale market as well. One of the things that are one thing that is working so good for me is doing open houses, but I do my open houses in a different way. We actually tried it with Brianna. She's also in the call, and I don't do flyers. So my way of getting clients is I have a barcode in there. And if they don't know how to do the scanning of the barcode, not the barcode, the QR, I just grab my phone and I tell them, what's your number? I look down, I'll send you the flyer. And I don't make eye contact with them. Just doing that has helped. They just go ahead and just give me the number. I tell them I'll send you the flyer. And then while they're giving me the number, I let them know too, hey, would it be okay if I send you more properties? Most of them have said yes. And that's how I start building that relationship. I don't send them the properties right away just because in case those properties happen to have more open houses, I don't want to send them to other open houses. So I do it after. I already got a few clients just like that, and I do my follow-up with them. So I send them the flyer. It was a pleasure meeting you, type of message. And then a few hours later, I send them properties. I already have, like I said, 3 that are working with my lender on getting pre-qualified, and that's been so easy. It's better. You don't have to be, paying money on flyers or anything like that. That's 1. Two is networking. Right now, I think the most important thing we can do as agents is work with other agents not from your area. For example, I'm working with an agent from Lancaster, and he sends me deals. I send him deals. So, it's all about networking. Don't be afraid of talking to other agents. Make those connections. I have another guy in Dubai actually that wants to work with me. He's like, hey, send me business here. I'll send you business in California. So, be mindful and be intentional with the marketing that you do in social media. Try to focus, am I trying to get clients, or am I trying to target other agents and get business from there? So I think what else I do besides those things, following up with your clients also, that's perfect. Like Natalie said, holidays are coming in, so it would be a great time to follow up with all your past clients. Make sure that they don't need anything. One thing that I do is just send them a message. Hey, client, just checking in with you. This is Maria. Is there anything that I can help you with? And get the conversation going. Like I tell everyone, I'm always checking in with people. I don't follow up. I check in. I think it sounds better than saying, hey, I'm following up with you. Hey, I'm just checking in. How you doing? How's everything? Do you need my help? Is there anything that I can help you with? Another thing that's working really good with me, with those clients that are ghosting us, I send them a message saying, hey, client, would it be better for me to send you properties through text or email? And boom, they reply back. Those 4 things have changed my business now that it kind of like slowed down a bit. But if you do that, and like Monica said, consistency, you'll see results.
Love that, you guys. A round of applause for Maria, the Bakersfield team. Shout out to you guys for being on. And I can't stress it to you all enough. You guys are hearing what everyone's telling you. It's a contact sport. You have to be in front of more people. You have to talk to more people. And I've been in the business now for 10 years. This is my 10-year anniversary. I've had the privilege of seeing some crazy ups and downs throughout my personal career. But one thing that I want to tell you is this.
There's a lockbox. Do you have access?
And we do have Steven Diaz in the house, ladies and gentlemen. So why don't I go ahead and transition over to Steven? I want to bring Steven in. He's one of the newest coaches in here. And if you guys don't know who this guy is, and I'll get back to what I wanted to say in a second, but if you don't know who this guy is, it's almost impossible for you not to know. It's like you're living under a rock. This is probably the hottest, both physically and metaphorically speaking, agent right now across the country. Steven Diaz is being flown across from state to state, hosting performances. His soundtracks are being used by thousands of agents across the country. This guy is killing it on social media, all of his listings in business. So we were planning on having Steven Diaz on the call, but he was able to make it last second. He's at an appraisal right now. Yes, he sells houses. So Steven, introduce yourself, man, and drop some wisdom for us. The mic is yours.
Man, that was like the best intro ever, man. I love it. I can't top that. No, I was gonna make it real quick and sweet. Rapping, man. Rapping's been working for me, so I think everyone should, learn to rap and sing. No, I'm just like no, I'm just kidding. No, but to touch on what Maria was saying, what works for me is, branding myself and my area. So everything that I'm posting, I put Fresno, California. That's my area and surrounding. So if I'm making a post on my story, if I'm posting on my page, I'm putting Fresno, California. So my goal is for when people think or have a client moving towards the Central Valley or Fresno, they're going to think of me first. So my last 5 transactions have been on referrals. So it's working, right? So people, when they think, oh, my client's moving to Fresno, they don't have to think or search or find out like, oh, who's an agent in that area. They're seeing my post, and every post is saying Fresno, California. So definitely, rep your area, put your area on there, build relationships, make connections. That's a big part of the business. Just like Maria was saying, you gotta network, and you gotta build those relationships, not only in your area, don't limit it to your area, but in other cities, other states, definitely, so you can build those relationships and get those transactions from other areas as well.
Steven, where can we see some of your work? What's your IG handle so that we can go there and see the kind of branding you're doing?
Steven Diaz _ realtor.
So you guys go check him out on IG, Steven Diaz _ realtor, and you'll check out the type of branding he's doing. Anything else you want to add, bro? You got a couple minutes if you want it.
No, just be consistent on social media, like Monica was saying. Definitely be consistent and incorporate whatever you do on your hobbies, pastimes. Incorporate that in with your business, so you can make those connections through your content, right? Whether it's if you're a baker, if you're into fitness, like Gabe, just incorporate that in your business, and you'll be able to build connections without even trying. People will connect with you and say, oh, I love going to the gym too, and they'll be more inclined to work with you if they can have that connection through social media. People are watching you, people are evaluating you, they're looking at your life, whether you know it or not. So just posting more about yourself so they can get to know you through social media. It's really important.
Love that, man. Love it. All right, team, we're going to go ahead and open it up for Q&A. So if you guys are in the audience and you have a question for one of the coaches, go ahead and let it rip. We have 5 minutes for Q&A. Bring up some of your toughest questions, direct questions. Go ahead.
We have a couple of questions in the chat. The first one is for Monica. Who do you use for the VA? Is there like well, it's two questions or a couple questions actually. But Monica, where did you find your VA? Was it from a website? Was it from a referral?
My VA was actually a referral from someone that had used her previously. So it wasn't from a website or anything. It was someone that had been used by a previous agent. She just didn't need her anymore. And she was like, I had mentioned that I was looking for someone. And she's like, I actually have someone that's pretty good. I just don't need her anymore. So I started using her.
Got it. And I think that, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
One website, you guys can all write this down. onlinejobs.ph. onlinejobs.ph. You guys can go over there, look for your referrals on that. Also, if you guys send me a private message on Instagram, I'll connect you with a friend of mine. He runs one of the youngest, fastest growing property management companies on the West Coast. And they just launched their division for virtual assistants, where they help source the virtual assistant for you, train the virtual assistant, onboard them, help you create the systems and processes, and then from there they become your employee permanently, not theirs. They do charge a pretty penny on the finder fee, but it's worth it. I'm going through the process right now myself, but I found my virtual assistant through an email. Through an email campaign. I sent a message out and someone replied with, hey, I heard you're looking for a VA. I'm in the Philippines. They sent me the resume. I interviewed them and they've been with us for almost 12 months now. What other questions do we have?
We have another one in the chat. It is to Monica, or Gabe, because both of you guys have a virtual assistant. How do you maintain personal relationships while using a VA, or do you only use them for lead generation?
Go ahead, Monica. You're good.
For me, I give my clients I tell them the expectations. So when we do the initial talk, it's always me. The initial conversation with the clients, it's always me. And then I let them know, like, hey, I have a team. And I'm going to include my assistant. I just call her my assistant. I'm going to include my assistant, and my assistant will be following up every week to make sure that you and I are both on the same page. So I set up the expectation so that way, like, they don't just start getting, messages from my VA and then they're like, well, where's Monica? So I introduce everybody that's going to be involved in the transaction. I let them know when the VA is going to be reaching out every Monday, every Friday. And then I always follow up and chime in on those conversations. It really helps. Those conversations that the VA starts really helps the whole week pan out, because then we know what we have to do. The VA follows up. Sometimes maybe I'll forget to set up a property search or something, which my VA also does, but they might be like, oh, you know what? I didn't receive that property search. You said you were going to start on Friday. And then she'll be like, okay, don't worry about it. And then she'll set it up, and then I'll follow up and say, like, hey, are you receiving them now? So we're both working on that client at the same time.
Yeah. Set expectations with the VA. I have them only do the administrative work. When it comes to talking to the clients, it's me having the conversation. And I set the expectations up front with the client when they'll hear from me. So it's not a surprise. They don't feel without. They feel like I'm totally involved. It's a business. I normalize it like, hey, you're going to hear from this person, this person. It's no different than you go into a doctor's office, checking in with the secretary, nurse runs your vitals, doctor comes in for 2 minutes, diagnoses you, and he's out, but you have the relationship with him. It's the same exact thing. We're the doctor in the equation. Good question. Who's up next? We have about 2 more minutes. Bring your best questions. You guys have about 6 coaches right here. High level of production that can answer anything you guys need.
I have a question for Maria from me. Your Instagram, for those of you guys who don't know, Maria's Instagram is so beautiful. Every single post that she does, obviously it's about, well, not everything is about real estate, but when they're real estate related posts and it's like a picture of the home, it is so beautiful. I literally have never seen anything like it. So I'm going to put her profile URL or like link here so that you guys can click it and see what I'm talking about. But Maria, what do you use to create those posts? Like, do you have, are they like already preset, or do you create them all yourself?
So I have a few websites that I use that I get my content from. And then I have some templates that I bought from different websites too. I can share them all. If you send me a message on Instagram, I can share them with you. And then every Sunday, I mean, the first time that I got everything, it took me a few hours to get everything ready. But after that, I do it every Sunday. It takes me 2 hours to do my social media. I put a filter in all my pictures so that way when you scroll down, everything has the same colors. And then with reels, you guys, like Gabe said, you have to be in front of the camera. I think that helps, even if it's a funny video, even if it's an open house invitation, any type of video, just show your face. It helps a lot. It truly does.
Perfect. Thank you for that. I'm going to send you a message, and then I'm also going to put your profile here so everyone can click and see how beautiful it is.
Love that. Okay, team. So unless any of the coaches have any final words, we're not going to take any more questions just due to time. We want to respect and honor everyone's time. But I want to go ahead and just give a big thank you to Cherish for orchestrating everything together. So thank you, Cherish. Rocio from the AYAT team out in Des Moines, Iowa. If you guys have any referrals over there, contact the AYAT team. Like she said, they have 9 pending, I think 10 listings or whatever it is, almost 20 transactions between active pending between all of them. So that's huge production. The closers team with Maria and Diego out in Bakersfield. If you guys need anyone, contact them. Huge thank you to them. Monica Singer out in the LA area, Pasadena. So if you guys have any referrals or listing deals that need to go out to a trusted team, make sure you guys contact Monica Singer. And then Natalie Castro in the Castro Realty Group out in the Valley. So if you guys have anyone looking in the desert, Calexico, all those things, Palm Springs, La Quinta, make sure you guys contact Natalie Castro. She'll help you with that. And then, of course, our organization's over here in San Diego. So if you guys have anyone, let us know. But look, this is what the Winner Circle Group is all about. It's about collaborating at a high level with other high-level individuals. And the closer you can get to, it's called the power of proximity. The closer you can get to the people you want to be next to, the shorter it's going to take you to get from where you are right now to where you want to go. The only difference between where you are right now and where you want to go is the small details that you don't know. It's the conversations you haven't had. It's the idea that wasn't given to you yet. So if you have a group of people that are where you want to be, my recommendation to all of you is get in that circle. This is why we created the Winner Circle mentorship program. It's free for you guys to join. If you guys want, reach out to whoever invited you onto the call, find out about how to get part of what we got going on. We throw quarterly events, weekly masterminds. A lot of cool things are coming out. So do that. And a big thank you to everyone. If you guys, let's go take a big Chuck E. Cheese photo, and then we're going to wrap up the call. Everyone, cameras on, cameras on, cameras on. Let's get the, let me remove the spotlight. Give me 1 second. I have to remove the spotlight from Cherish. Big gallery, cameras on. Okay, there we go. Got all 60 of you. Here we go. You guys go. Ready? Cameras on, everybody. Cameras on. Here we go. If you guys don't get your cameras on, you can't get the photo. We're going to make all of you IG famous. Here we go, guys. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Let me do a screenshot. Let me do a screenshot. It's even better. Why didn't I think about that? Ready? 1, 2, and got it. All right, you guys have a healthy, happy, productive day. God bless. See you guys later. Peace.
Bye. Thank you.